you go. So, we've been running on an Intel system all morning, and let me just go, you know, do a few simple things. Baseball, you know, boom. All the normal stuff just works. Let's go back to these dashboard widgets that we just brought out. There they are. And, you know, we can even, let's see here, you know, go find a calendar event here. Very simple. Let me go show you mail. There's mail right here. Safari. Here's the new widget stuff. Way to find some widgets. Boom. On apple.com. Let me show you iPhoto. Loading in 4,000 photos. Here we are. And let me go ahead and play a movie. Here's, let me get rid of this. Here's a movie trailer here.
From Doug Lyman, director of The Bourne Identity. Brad Pitt.
Come on, sweetheart. Come to daddy.
Angelina Jolie.
Who's your daddy now?
All right, enough of that. So, this is Mac OS X running on Intel processors. We are very far along on this, but we're not done, which is why we're going to put it in your hands real soon so that you can help us finish it. Now, the second major challenge is your apps, right? So let's take a look at how you're going to make Intel versions of your apps. You can separate code into kind of 4 different buckets: widgets, scripts, Java, Cocoa apps, which of course are made with Xcode, Carbon apps, which can be made with Xcode, and Carbon apps, which can be made with MetroWorks. They each have different properties. Widget scripts in Java, they just work, right? They just run. Nothing to do. Cocoa apps, a few minor tweaks and a recompile, and they just work. Carbon with Xcode, more tweaks and a recompile, and they're going to work. And in MetroWorks, the first thing you have to do is move to Xcode. So, let's take a look at this again. Widget scripts in Java just work. Cocoa apps, literally a few days, and your Cocoa app's going to be running with an Intel version. Carbon apps, it's going to be a few weeks, a few more tweaks, although there are exceptions to that. We may be overstating it here, which we'll see in a minute. And in MetroWorks, again, we don't know. You've got to get to Xcode. So the key here is getting to Xcode. Now, we started evangelizing Xcode 18 months ago. How is everyone doing on Xcode? They're doing well. Our top 100 developers, over half are using Xcode today. Over half of our top 100 developers, and another 25% of them are in the process of switching to Xcode. So over 80% of our top 100 developers are using or in the process of using Xcode, and less than 20% haven't got on board yet. Now's a good time to get on board. So Xcode is the key, and we've got a new Xcode today to give you, Xcode 2.1, that's got some fun new features in it. As you know, Xcode's a very robust development environment. But the most important new feature, the giant new feature, is when you go to build your app, you get this little sheet that pops down. I'll blow it up for you here. What do you want to build for? PowerPC and Intel. And you check this box, OK, and you're going to build what's called a universal binary. That's a binary that's going to contain all the bits that run on both architectures. And so the loader for each one loads the right set of bits and goes. One binary works on both PowerPC and Intel architecture. So you can ship one CD that supports both processors. And again, we're going to be supporting both these processors for a long time because we've got a very large installed base on the PowerPC that you're going to want to sell your software to, and there's going to be a growing installed base on Intel that you're going to want to sell your software to. So we want to support both of these processors into the future, and universal binaries are the way to do it. So get on Xcode 2.1 and get your copy today. There'll be a copy for everybody at the registration desk immediately following this keynote. So let's go back. Making an Intel version. Now, again, this is nothing like carbonization. This is a lot easier. And I want to focus on one app right here, a Carbon app written in Xcode. This is a developer I've known for a long time. I gave him a call Wednesday night, this last Wednesday night. And I said, we got something really secret we're working on, and I can't tell you what it is. But I want you to put all your source code on a hard disk and fly out here, and let's see what we can do. And it was nip and tuck there for a few minutes, but they trusted us enough to do that. And that company was Wolfram Research, and that app was not a small app. That app was Mathematica. And it is my pleasure right now to introduce Theo Gray, the co-founder of Wolfram Research, to tell us what happened in the last 5